The Young and the Restless Spoilers. Tucker's sudden return to Genoa City caught everyone off guard, sending ripples of shock and unease through the town. His reappearance wasn't merely a casual visit. It came with fury, calculated intent, and a mission to reclaim what he believed was his. The source of Tucker's anger? The way Victor Newman had unceremoniously dismissed Audra, a woman who had been navigating her way through the cutthroat world of corporate power. Tucker had always seen Audra's potential and ambition, and watching her future being jeopardized by Victor infuriated him. Who does Victor think he is? Tucker seethed as he confronted the situation. What right does he have to fire Audra? He has no idea what he's messing with. Victor, in his typical domineering style, had underestimated both Audra and the forces backing her. What he didn't know was that the real power behind Glissade wasn't as clear-cut as he thought. While Victor might have thought he was pulling the strings, there was a deeper game being played, one that only Audra had full insight into. The truth? Audra was the only person in Genoa City who knew the identity of the true investor behind Glissade, and that knowledge made her more valuable than anyone could imagine. And now, with Tucker back in the picture, the game was about to change. Tucker wasted no time after arriving in Genoa City. He called for an immediate meeting, one that would shock the corporate world of Genoa to its core. "I'm taking my place back as CEO," Tucker announced, his voice firm and unwavering, "and Audra will be at my side as my assistant." The announcement sent a clear message. Tucker was back in power, and he wasn't going to let anyone, not even Victor Newman, get in his way. His return injected a newfound tension into the ongoing corporate wars. Tucker's sharp intellect and ruthless ambition made him a formidable player, and his loyalty to Audra added another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. Billy Abbott, caught in the whirlwind of Victor's ongoing battle for dominance, saw Tucker's return as an opportunity. Billy had long been seeking allies in his quest to challenge Victor, and Tucker's reemergence in the corporate sphere was exactly the kind of shakeup he needed. The two men, both with their own reasons to take down Victor, could potentially form a dangerous alliance. Tucker's resources and cunning, paired with Billy's tenacity and willingness to take risks, could be the key to finally bringing Victor to his knees. As Tucker settled back into his role as CEO, the dynamic between him and Audra began to shift. For Audra, Tucker's return meant more than just job security. It meant power. With Tucker at her side, she felt invincible, more confident than ever before. The two of them had always shared a deep connection, one that went beyond mere professional respect. There was an unspoken bond, a chemistry that made them a force to be reckoned with. But not everyone was pleased with this development. Nate Hastings, who had been growing closer to Audra in recent months, was immediately overcome with jealousy. Nate had fought hard to build something with Audra, and the thought of her slipping away into Tucker's world filled him with rage. He knew Tucker was dangerous, and Nate didn't trust his intentions. Was Tucker's return purely professional, or was there something more going on between him and Audra? Nate's insecurity began to show. His possessiveness over Audra only deepened, and it wasn't long before tension erupted between them. "You're not seriously considering working with Tucker, are you?" Nate asked, his voice laced with frustration. "You know what kind of man he is, Audra. He'll use you, manipulate you, and I won't stand by and watch it happen." But Audra was no longer the same woman she had been before Tucker's return. She was stronger now, more determined, and she wasn't about to let anyone, Nate included, tell her how to run her life. "This is my decision, Nate," she replied coldly. "I can handle Tucker. You don't need to worry about me." What Nate didn't understand was that Audra saw Tucker as more than just a corporate ally. He was her mentor, her protector, and in many ways, her equal. Their relationship was built on mutual ambition, and together, they were a force that could challenge anyone in their path, even Victor. But Nate wasn't about to let go that easily. His jealousy festered, and as he watched Audra grow closer to Tucker, he began plotting his own moves. Nate had his own ambitions, and if Tucker was standing in the way of his future with Audra, then he would have to find a way to eliminate the threat. The battle for Audra's loyalty was about to escalate, and it wouldn't be an easy fight. Meanwhile, Victor was beginning to realize that he had underestimated the situation. Tucker's return posed a real threat to his plans, and the more Victor dug into the details, the more he realized how dangerous Tucker could be. This wasn't just a corporate rivalry anymore. Tucker's presence meant that Victor's control over the situation was slipping. As the tensions mounted, Genoa City found itself on the brink of another power struggle. Tucker's reappearance, Audra's newfound confidence, and the brewing conflict with Nate set the stage for a fierce battle. At the same time, Billy watched from the sidelines, carefully calculating his next move. Would he align himself with Tucker, forming a partnership that could finally take down Victor? Or would the internal conflicts between Audra and Nate give him the leverage he needed to strike? One thing was certain: Genoa City was in for a reckoning. Tucker's return didn't just stir the waters, it created a tidal wave of chaos, one that would sweep through the corporate world and the lives of those entangled in its web. And in the midst of it all, Audra stood at the center, more powerful than she had ever been before. But her newfound strength came at a cost. The battles ahead, both personal and professional, would not be easy, and she would have to fight tooth and nail to maintain her position. The question remained: could Audra hold her ground in the face of Nate's jealousy, Tucker's ambitions, and Victor's wrath? Or would she be swallowed whole by the very forces she had set in motion?